What you guys, got another video here for you. Stop deleting Windows cache. It won't speed up your PC. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, there's quite a few people that will tell you clearing out your cache in Windows will make your PC faster, but there's no real performance benefit to clearing it. The main purpose is privacy, and removing any sort of stored information on that PC is really for privacy reasons only. So if you're trying to speed up Windows, deleting the cache won't make your PC faster. Cache helps Windows run faster. Windows uses caches to store frequently used data so apps, files, and your system can load quickly. Deleting cache equals temporary inconvenience. Why? Well, when you delete the cache, Windows has to rebuild it. This can cause things to load up more slowly, at least until the cache is rebuilt. So, want a faster PC? Focus on what really matters. Keep your system updated, manage your startup apps, free up storage space, or upgrade your GPU or your memory, or get a faster CPU. That's really how you can boost performance on your Windows operating system. So I'm going to show you in this video a bunch of areas or cache folders that people like to clean out and delete in the hope that it's going to speed up your PC. And I'll show you how to do it, because that's what this video is. It's a how-to video, but I'll also show you the pitfalls of doing that. So first off, let's go to the very first location and we'll go through here and take a look. Now, there might be a few people that will disagree with me and say it does speed up your PC. And of course, most of that is a placebo, but I'll show you right here anyway. Microsoft Store Cache. So this is an area where you can go to. I'll quickly show you the path where it is. So we're in our user account right here. Yours will be whatever account you've got. Go to App Data. If you haven't shown all your hidden files, folders, and drives, then you'll need to go to the three dots here. Then go to Folder Options here. And of course, you need to put the radio button into Show Hidden Folders, Files, and Drives. If I just close that off, you'll see it disappears. And that's a translucent sort of folder here, but that's where some of the cache files or folders are going to be. So let's go into here, and from here we want to go into Local, and then we want to come down to where it says Packages. So go into Packages, and then from here we need to look for this folder location right here. So I'm just going to quickly find it off camera and navigate straight to it. There it is right here with the Microsoft Windows Store. Inside here, you're going to see a folder called Local Cache. This is where all the local cache is stored. You only ever have to delete what's in the Microsoft Store if it has problems, i.e. to fix a download issue or to fix install issues with the Microsoft Store. Also, game saves and other game stuff will be stored in here. And you can type this ws reset.exe inside the command prompt window, running it as administrator to clear the cache, or you can just delete all the contents inside the local cache folder like this, and it will repopulate a lot of this stuff when you open up the Microsoft Store. Now, I'm only doing this just to show you, but this is a common thing that a lot of people will say to do, and you can recover a lot of data, but be careful, because a lot of the Microsoft Store and the Xbox app game saves are stored in this location, and you will lose all of that information by clearing it. Next up is thumbnail cache. This is another one that a lot of people love to clean and remove in the hope that it's going to create a performance boost for your Windows operating system, and this can be found inside the C drive, users, inside the user account here, and then again back into App Data. Then you want to go into Local here, and then what you want to do here is come all the way down here into this location right here where it says Microsoft, and then come down, and we're looking for here another one called Windows. Then look inside here for Explorer, and then once you find Explorer, double click on this and you will see a lot of icon cache inside here. Now again, all that's going to happen here once you delete this is you should only really delete this if thumbnails are broken, and Windows will automatically regenerate these once you've deleted them. So this is what a lot of debloat scripts will also delete if you delete them. It's not going to break your system, but all you're doing really is removing a lot of the icon cache right here. So next up, let's talk about Windows Update Cache. This is another common one that a lot of debloat scripts will use. Only ever delete this if Windows updates are failing, and this can fix stuck or failed updates as well. It's catroot 2 which is a common area that people like to clean out. And you can see already that I did a video some time ago talking about the software distribution folder on how you can create a backup of it and remove the contents inside here. And this is an older one here, so I can remove this because I renamed it .old. But normally, sometimes when you're having issues with Windows updates, these are the sort of areas that people will obviously clear out. And you can see download is there. This is going to be downloading all the Windows updates off the Microsoft server. Now, if they've got corrupted in some way, shape or form, this is a common place where you would normally clear out and hopefully rectify a lot of those issues. There's no real need to delete all of this stuff on a regular basis. It can obviously break your Windows updates if you keep doing that. But you can temporarily claim back some storage space, but it will refill up anyway as soon as you refresh the Windows Update app. Temp cache. Let's take a look inside here. Now inside here we can go into the C drive, user accounts, then go into app data, again back into app data again, and from here we're going to go local, and you will see a folder inside here called temp. Now you can usually delete all of the contents of the Windows temp folders, and this is the one of the safer ones to clear cache from the system. However, you should not need to delete the temp folder itself, only delete the files inside. Now some of these will not be deleted, and the reason why, because they might be being used at that particular time, and it will tell you that it can't delete all of this content. So if you do want to remove this, you can normally run either some sort of cleanup script, or you can just highlight all of this stuff and hit the delete button, and it will try to delete all of the stuff inside here. Now, a thing to remember, you'll notice there's a lot of program data in here because programs do store stuff in this folder here as well. But you can safely clear a lot of this out. It will repopulate once you open that application up. It will be slower because it needs to put the files back into the temp area. So it's only going to be a temporary basis. But if you haven't cleaned it for a long time, you can claw back quite a bit of space by cleaning this out. Generally, this is normally okay to clean out the temp folder. It's called temp for a reason. It's temporary storage. Next, DNS cache. There's another one that a lot of people like to clean on a regular basis for privacy reasons, but you should only ever clean this for networking issues. It can resolve website connectivity problems and clear out any sort of issues with your DNS if you've got issues with it. If you don't have issues with it, you don't really need to flush out the DNS every single time. And that's how you can clean it if you want to clean it yourself. Some gamers like to do this on a regular basis because they say it helps gaming performance. I've not really seen much difference in all honesty, but you know, it's one of those sort of arguments that will just run and run on the internet. And of course, this is why I never sort of make videos like this too often, because obviously it just creates a lot of drama. What about your browser cache? Let's talk about browser cache here. Well, your browser cache is inside your settings. You can go inside here, and this will be where all your information is stored. Now, we already covered the autofill and passwords. Some people were obviously being a bit toxic on that one. But again, you can occasionally clear out all of this. It's helpful if websites don't load correctly, and you can clear it out on a regular basis if you want to. I mean, there's no need to do it on every single day. You don't need to go that extreme, but some people will. They will go into the settings here inside privacy and security, and there is settings in here which will clear out all of the temporary internet files every single time you shut down the actual browser. And again, that's going to remove all of your passwords that you have logged into websites and things like that. Some people, as a security measure, would say you should be clearing all that and logging it out rather than leaving it stored on there, and you would have to type those in every single time. That's why password managers are so useful. But again, they've had data breaches and a lot of information has been leaked on those things as well. So you can see the default setting here is set to allow sites to save data on your device. Sites are more likely to work as you would expect, but some people do like to put the radio button in the second option, which is delete data sites have stored to your device when you close all windows. Sites will probably work as expected. You'll be signed out of most sites when you close all Chrome windows, except your Google account. if you are signed into Chrome. Some people like to have this option on here, and some people like to clear all their temporary internet files and remove all of that when they close the browser, and there's settings inside the browser for that as well. And I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of paranoid Pete's out there that will use a lot of these settings where you will clear the browser every single time you close it. And of course, it will empty out all the temporary internet files and cookies and things like that. So let's move on to the next one, which is your icon cache. This is another good old favorite one that a lot of cleaning scripts or programs will like to clean. And you can see inside user, accounts, app data, and local, you generally shouldn't delete the Windows icon cache unless you're having problems with icons on your computer. These will all be deleted, and of course they will be rebuilt every single time. But the problem is with it, you're very rarely going to be saving a lot of storage space by doing this. I don't understand why people still do that today, but it's a thing that's been happening for many, many years. A lot of people like doing a lot of this stuff. But again, it will stop a lot of these icons working. NVIDIA shader cache and AMD shader cache is the next one. And of course, inside your user accounts, you're looking for the app data folder here. And inside there, you're going to be able to look for the NVIDIA folder. So let's go in here, go to local, and then we're going to go down and we're looking for NVIDIA. And there's NVIDIA right here. AMD will be in a different location. You don't really need to routinely delete all of the NVIDIA or AMD shader caches. They only exist to improve performance by storing compiled shaders so games don't have to rebuild them every single time. Some of these are quite large, as you can see right here. You should really only delete these if you're getting graphical glitches after a driver update, or games are stuttering because of the corrupted shader cache, or you're troubleshooting graphics problems. So deleting the shader cache is unlikely to improve performance. Why? In fact, it can temporarily make games run worse until the cache is rebuilt. So my recommendation is, if you're not having any graphical issues, then leave the cache alone. Remember, a lot of this cache is going to be rebuilt. As soon as you open up the game, it's going to rebuild all of the shader cache again. So what are you benefiting? Now, of course, if you've got a system that's had loads and loads of games inside there and you're not playing a lot of those games anymore, then obviously removing the shader cache could clear up a lot of space for old shader caches that you're not using anymore. But again, it's not going to improve performance overall on the system. Now, I can understand that a lot of people have older computers that have lower end hardware, and sometimes cleaning up the system, debloating Windows and doing a lot of this stuff can also help alleviate a lot of system resources that Windows loves to hog. If you've got a modern day computer, then obviously these problems are not an issue, but older computers do suffer with that quite a bit because they're using Windows 11 on unsupported hardware, and that's when the problems start. So obviously that's probably the reason why Microsoft have unsupported hardware list, because they know it doesn't run as well on these older computers. And I understand there's tools out there that even debloat the NVIDIA drivers, which can also obviously cause a lot of problems to your system. And this is why people constantly go to tech support forums or Discord forums where they can ask for help, because they love tinkering with stuff and they love messing around with it, and that's why their game is stuttering or things like that. And like I've said before, most of this stuff is a placebo to the person that is doing it. They believe that it's making their PC faster and they can actually feel the difference. And obviously a lot of the stuff we've talked about today is not going to be making your system like a rocket ship. And another really important bit of information is it doesn't matter how many tweaks you do to your computer, it's not going to make you a better gamer. There's going to be people out there that are just better than you, and they're going to just keep killing you in the game no matter what, because they've practiced harder and they don't probably spend half the time tweaking their PC. They just enjoy the game for what it is. And that's it. Put the practice in, get better at the game, stop messing around with your system and causing yourself loads of headaches. Now, I'm not saying that WinUtil or WinHance and programs like this are not useful. They're very useful for people that want to automate things. They want to be able to uninstall all of the applications in one go. They want to do a bunch of settings on the system, like privacy and security settings, and also optimize the system better, like your Windows updates. and also your gaming and performance settings, things like that. So there is a lot of settings inside here that just speed the whole process up. And it does give you that granular option where you can do one at a time and change what you want. So there is a need for these on Windows 11 because Windows 11 is heavily bloated and a lot of people do use them. I personally don't use them on my own system, but again, like I said, there is people that do. Now, if you're one of the unfortunate people that has a really old computer and you're running Windows 11 and you're finding that the system resources are being used up by Windows 11 because it is a bit of a system hog, modern day computers don't suffer from that as much, but older computers really do. And especially if you've got really old sort of hardware, it can have a massive impact on the system. Running something like this can sort of claw back those system resources, but they don't ever claim that it will make your PC 300% faster. But if you do like debloating Windows and you like using your tools like WinUtil, WinHance and many others, then it's okay. That's up to you. It's your computer. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Keep it civil and let me know whether you agree with me or not, and I'll be happy to have that debate with you. Other than that, my name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Big shout out to my YouTube members. I do appreciate the support, and I shall catch you in the next video. Bye for now.